Okay, in this video I want to talk about the smartest, the most intelligent boxer in boxing today. And this particular individual is not Terrence Crawford. The first thing I want to say is this. There are some people who mistakenly believe that if you don't speak very good English, right, or you don't respond very quickly to questions, right, that you're not intelligent. And this is an arrogance that we've seen for many, many years. Probably since, not probably, but since the beginning of the U.S. In particular. Yet you have Chinese scientists, brilliant Chinese scientists, brilliant Chinese social scientists, brilliant Chinese natural scientists, right, who don't speak any English. The same in Russia, the same in Africa, right? Brilliant. And other places. I don't want to act as though those are the only three places where they have great scientists. But what I'm saying, the point I'm trying to make, is this idea that if you don't speak perfect English, or you don't answer very quickly without thinking, answer a question very quickly without pondering it at all, that you're not intelligent. There is a fighter who I believe is the most intelligent fighter in boxing. Now there are some people who say IQ, and I'm going to tell you who it is, but there's some people who say boxing IQ. I'm not just talking about boxing IQ. I think that this particular fighter has a very high IQ intellectually. But they don't come across that way. And they don't come across that way because they're very slow to respond. They may not have done very well in school, which many people think means that you're not intelligent. That, again, there are many people who were just bored to death in school, right, who had IQs of 130 and up, right? But this person is brilliant. And again, it's not just because of their IQ, their boxing IQ. I believe they have a intellectual IQ that is some of the highest, and he's probably never been tested, but I think he has one of the highest intellectual IQs in boxing. Just bear with me. I want to give you this whole this script so you understand where I'm going with this, because you're only going to get it from this channel. Why? Because I'm a martial artist second, but I'm a social scientist, a social theorist first, right? That's what I do 7 days a week. Again, hour, 2 hours, 3 hours, some days 4 or 5 hours, I write and research on social theory. So I'm always going to be a little deeper than most martial arts channels. That's it, just a fact. If you don't like it, you can go down to another martial art channel where the host is not as bright. But this particular individual is only 5'5", yet they win many of their fights by knockout. But not only do they win many of their fights, most of their fights by knockout, but they win their fights by luring people into traps. Okay? They lure people into traps. And they don't just lure their people, the people they dominate or they KO. They're not luring them simply in the trap, but they are actually playing overhead, but they are luring them into traps by giving their opponent the idea that they're winning. They actually lure, this person actually lures his opponents before he knocks them out, right? He lures them into traps by giving them the impression of letting them believe that they're winning. And I will tell you that this individual does not come across as being super intelligent. But I have seen him. I've seen him in interviews. And I know that this young man, not just boxing IQ, but this man is brilliant from an intellectual standpoint. If someone gave him an IQ test, I think people would be surprised as to how high he scores. I'm going to show you him answering a question in an interview. Here we go.
Yes. What's up, Tank? This is Skip from Dante's Boxing Nation. First of all, congratulations on a great win.
Thank you.
All right, I got a quick two-part question. First of all, Oscar said that you're going to need a bodysuit because Ryan is going to hurt you to the body. Ironically, you stopped Ryan with the body shot.
You see that? You see that? See, there are people who will look. Understand this is what I do. Understand this is what I do. Social sciences, social psychology, sociology, philosophy, right? Political science. That's what I do, okay? Read on it from the time I was 12 to the time I was 16. Majored in them from the time I was 16 to the time I was 22. And I've been doing it up until now, 62. It's my life, okay? Tutoring at some point. Tutoring in it. In fact, I just went back to tutoring philosophy because I just got bored and there were people giving me, calling me, asking me to go back to tutoring philosophy. The more obscure philosophers, Friedrich Nietzsche, Martin Heidegger, Simone de Beauvoir, Jean-Paul Sartre. Now, let's get back to him. Obviously now you know I'm talking about Tate Davis, okay? Tate Davis is the most intelligent fighter in boxing today. And I'm not talking about boxing IQ. I am talking about the most intelligent boxer today.
In the build-up, you guys, there was a lot of question. Who's winning the fight? You obviously won by the knockout. And I wanted to know, is he the best fighter you have faced? And if not, how does he stack up with some of the other quality guys that you have been in the ring with?
I believe intellectually he's the most intelligent boxer today.
You think about this fight. We saw maturity in you.
Yeah.
Throughout the whole build-up. And then the way you fought. Talk to us about the patience you had in that ring and how you set him up.
Anybody who fights him, people think they're going to be fighting his power. People think they're fighting his speed. The problem that people face, and there's Shakur Stevenson, who is very smart. I know what you're saying. Shakur's going to beat him. Maybe so. Some people might think Devin Hayes is going to beat him. Maybe so. Right? Some people may think some other fighter is going to beat him. Frank Martin might beat him. Maybe so. But you think that they're going to beat him because it's going to be a boxing match. No.
He ran into the shot.
Rolly feels like he won every round and is already calling for the rematch. What's your reaction to that?
It's never been a boxing match with Tate Davis. Never. It has always been a thinking match.
Tank, right here. Congratulations.
Okay.
It seemed like this part of the strategy was you were kind of on the outside of the ring a lot, letting him come in to punches. Was that part of the plan, was to let his aggression be his downfall?
Yeah. Basically, I was just, I knew that he was strong off the first punch he threw. You know what I mean? Like he said, I do start slow, so he caught me with a shot, and I was like, yeah, I gotta, stay out the way. But I knew that down the line, down the stretch, I was gonna break him down, just off of the way he was fighting and his footwork. You know what I mean? So,
at least to him, it's been a thinking match. When have you ever seen somebody have marital problems or relationship problems and then enter into one of the biggest fight of his career, heretofore, the biggest fight of his career with Ryan Garcia? Right? The man is having problems, but he enters in the biggest fight of his career with Ryan Garcia, right? Huge compared to him. Huge compared to him, which most people are. Other than perhaps Pitbull, right? Most people are far bigger than Tate Davis, at least taller. And yes, that does matter. If you've ever sparred people who are taller, you know you do have to make adjustments to fight people who are taller than you. But yet he fights Ryan Garcia. He lures him into a slugfest. And in the midst of that slugfest, he hits him with a body shot. Do you know where he had to be to hit him with a body shot? He had to be here. had to be there to hit him with a body shot. He had to be in range for him to be hit with a very good left hook still. Yes, Ryan Garcia had a good left hook, right? He had to put himself in that position to get Ryan Garcia to knock him out with that body shot, to stop him with that body shot. Now, I know many of you, some of you, out of 10 of you, 5 will get it. 5 will get it. The other 5 will come back, he can't be right, I hate him, he can't be right, I gotta know more than he knows, and you're gonna come in with some stupid comment, trying to add to what I'm saying. You can't add to anything I'm saying on this issue, because you didn't think about it before I did. You didn't. This is the first time you're hearing it like I'm saying it. You know it and I know it. It's okay. It's all right. You can love yourself. Be proud. There's things you know I don't know. Can't imagine what that would be, but there's something I imagine. The thing is, he's the most intelligent fighter in boxing today. When you watch him, watch and try to figure out what he's doing besides just punching. Tate Davis, brilliant young man. I'm looking forward to seeing what he does, what he thinks up, what he thinks about, and what he comes up with in the future. Safe Kwame, Fight Camp. See you next video.